They replied saying that there's a couple photos attached. Unfortunately, these are the only ones that we have from the construction. Now let's take a look at these photos for a second. There are some very strange things going on here. First of all, this building is not being constructed. It's clearly constructed. And I put an arrow in this photo, pointing at the right side of the building, because it's clearly being dug out of the dirt. This is not the way anyone would ever construct a building today, or ever. And I want to make this point very clear. So I sent the photo back to them with the arrow in there and said, just looking at the photo you sent over, was it originally built with the dirt covering that right side of the building? A reply that should shock anyone and at least begin to show anyone in the world that there is something seriously wrong with the history that we have been told. They replied saying that it was originally built with the dirt covering the right side of the building. Due to the rise and the fall of the land, the building is submerged. The rise and the fall of the land? I'm sorry, what? The south and east sides are fully exposed. So what we call the basement, the lowest level, is technically on ground level. In other words, they had to dig this thing out of the dirt. What we call the ground floor is elevated above the street level. So from one side, it looks like we have 3 floors. And from the other side, it looks like we have 4 floors. I'm sorry, but this is insane. Take a look at this photo that they sent over again. There is clearly a digging process going on here. They are removing this building from the mud flood, in my opinion, and they admit it without even knowing it. The way that the building sits today is exactly how you would construct it. You would build a foundation and then construct the building. You wouldn't build the building into the dirt. And I'd be willing to bet, after all of my research, that this building has a few more basements under the ground that we just aren't being told about. And before we go on, I've been wanting to show everyone this photo for a while.